This is Jon Heyman, day 3 at the GM meetings in Las Vegas. The Mets had a meeting with the camp of Pete Alonso today, and I think things went very well. Very positive, productive meeting. Very good start. It feels like there's much better feelings about the Alonso situation among the Mets than there was last year. Felt like a split decision last year with Steve Cohen kind of saving the day at the end, and thankfully for the Mets' sake that he did do that. Signed him to a 2-year, $54 million deal, $30 million this year with the opt-out. Now Alonso obviously back on the market. He is a priority for the Mets. At least he does feel like a priority. I understand they want to improve run prevention, but I don't think they can afford to lose those 38 home runs, 126 RBI. So I think the Mets have a reasonably decent chance to bring Alonso back. We shall see. It's early in the game. There's going to be other suitors. I'm hearing of one surprise suitor that could potentially be the Baltimore Orioles, which is a team that has not really been linked to Alonso at this point. There are the other potential teams, of course, the Red Sox, the Giants. I don't see the Blue Jays. They've got Guerrero at first base. They've got Springer at DH. Not seen it. That was a team that offered him about $100 million last year, at least floated $100 million. Pulled it and eventually came back to the Mets, which worked out, became the all-time Mets home run leader. And I think it's good news that they're very serious about keeping him. It feels like they're doing a little bit of the opposite. You know, they were all into run prevention, weren't so gung-ho about bringing Alonso back last year. Also felt they could build a rotation with a bunch of mid-rung starters, decent starters. Certainly those decent starters had poor years, and maybe that was a lesson because the Mets do seem to be looking at the number 1 type starters, whether it be Imai, Cease, Framber Valdez. There are a number of guys out in the market. If Skubal is out there, the Mets are going to certainly be in the mix on that. That did not become clear. Jeff Greenberg today, the GM of the Tigers, would not talk about that situation. Didn't shut it down like Ben Cherington did with Paul Skeens. I'm not going to read anything into it. I still think it's probably a long shot for the Tigers to really trade Tarik Skubal. Did win his second in a row, Cy Young. Today, obviously he would bring a haul, but they're a contending team, so it does feel like not a great chance. I have run to a couple of GMs who felt that Skubal will get traded. I personally think they may gauge the market and then possibly trade him at the deadline. I don't see that happening now. Jon Heyman signing off from the GM meetings in Las Vegas, Nevada.